Welcome to this video. This is the last game for today. So it's a 50-minute game and I want to take my time, and we have a Sicilian. What should I play? I don't want to play the main lines, you know, like d4. A lot of grandmasters play bishop b5 here, but I also don't want to play this here. You know what I want to do? I want to deviate massively and play something extremely slow, like a King's Indian kind of setup, or the close Sicilian. Normally the knight is not good on f3 then. Okay, what the heck? I just play then the bishop b5 line. And then I tried to build something with c3 and d4, I thought. But after queen b6, I'm tempted to play knight c3. And if you play some strange move like a6, I could think about playing knight b5. If he takes with queen, I have knight c7 and fork king and queen. On the other hand, my idea was, you know, to play something like c3 and d4, and I didn't want to put the knight on the knight on c3. Can I play bishop a4 here? Is this an option? And just claiming that the queen on b6 is really badly placed. Maybe I can totally switch or change the plans, because I really don't like the queen there. So knight c3 looks normal, but a6, and then I retreat. And this looks all a bit slow for me. Maybe I just really play bishop a4. The queen is doing nothing there. So after queen b4, I play c3. This pawn is hanging. So I need to play knight c3 after queen b4. I mean, I can exchange the bishop later on c6 anyway. So he lost some time with the queen. I can lose some time with the bishop. Or I play bishop c4. Eyeing on f7. Or I play queen e2. I just develop another piece. Knight b4 is attacking c2 then. Play d3, no, d4. Okay, now I'm thinking about bishop c4 versus bishop a4. They both have some ideas. I mean, bishop a4 I can later take on c6, and bishop c4 is eye on f7 also. But c4 might get attacked with e6 and d5 also later on. I like the bishop to be on c2 if it works, so I think I play this one. Yeah, if queen b4, I play knight c3. And if he doesn't play something like this, I play c3, I guess. And then I retreat the bishop later to c2. And my idea is to say the queen on b6 is not good. What do I do after knight f6? Queen e2? or e5. e5, you can play knight g4 maybe. If he really wants to play d5, I gladly take the opportunity to open up the center and play rook e1 and attack him on the open file. So rook e1 next is an option. Where do I want to put my pieces from the queen side is the question. So the knight is maybe good on c4. So c3, knight a3, knight c4. He will lose some time with the queen. Maybe c3, and the bishop needs to retreat later on, and I have to square d6. Not anymore. Can I play e5 later on? c3, d4 is all, maybe it's okay, but it's slow. You know, I want to punish black for his development of the queen. But maybe I should stick to my original plan. Play c3, knight a3, and then I try to play d4. I have knight c4 later on. Can maybe play e5. The question is also what to do with the bishop on c1. And I wonder, maybe it's a good idea to play for d4. Okay, let's play c3. I can also play something like d3, knight d2, rook e1 in some kind of Spanish style. And say, okay, black lost a little bit of time because he could have played e5 and the queen needs to retreat again. Bishop d7. Should I play d4? Maybe d5 even later on. So I have the dream center, 2 pawns in the center. Maybe I threaten d5. Wow, he castles long. I'm happy to see this because I think I can open up the queen side rather quickly. To do this, I don't want that bishop here on a4. I want it to be on c2, and then maybe I play a4, b4, and try to open up here everything. I think this is really risky what he does. Maybe I can take on c5 also. Because if I take on c5, he takes back with the pawn. I have bishop f4, and this looks also very nice here, the diagonal. Knight a3 might be also an option. There are many ideas now. I don't know if I really should take here, because it opens up also the line for the rook here. Don't want to help him. So maybe... What is this if I play knight to d2? If he takes here, takes. Or I should play knight c4 first. If he takes, I play knight c4. I can also play knight a3 maybe, with the idea just put the knight later on here on c4 or even on b5. Drawback is that I can't push the a pawn, but do I really want to push the a pawn? I want to push the b pawn, right? And I want my pieces as close as possible to the king, so I think knight a3. Maybe really b4. If he takes, I just take. I lose a pawn, but he opens up himself, you know, on the queen side. So I think about playing b4 next. Now I can take on c5 and play b4. Can also take on d5. Can also take on d5 first and then take this one. I think b4 first. So taking and b4. If he takes on c3, I think this is really dangerous. With the queen. I mean, if he takes with the queen, I have also bishop e3 first. So let's do this. This must be good. So he's here undeveloped, and after this I thought I'd just play b4. I didn't want to play e takes d5, because then this bishop would also have like a new task on g4 or on f5. So I want to keep it like it is. And if he takes here, I also, you know, can play knight g5 also later on, taking f7 and e4. This doesn't really matter. Is c4 an idea? Knight b5 is also an option, attacking this bishop. I can take on d5 now. I win a pawn. Whew. I also think about bishop e3. The knight on a3 is not protected then anymore, but I want to put the knight on c4 or b5 later on. a7, d6 is all attacked. What about knight b5 first? And then I play bishop e3. The queen doesn't know where to go. It needs to go to a6. But then, no. I think bishop e3 first. I want to develop. After queen a6, now I have b5, and I'm just winning. Now queen c7, I have knight b5, but I also have the option to just take on d5. Many options. Knight b5 I like the most, because this bishop is really good, a good piece. What about knight b5, queen b8, and then I take on b5, d5. Still, I don't want to open up the position here for the bishop. But if he retreats and the bishop moves, I have also bishop c6. Hang on, don't I also win the pawn on a7? Knight b5, queen to b8. I take on d6, he needs to take back. Then I take here on c6 and I take on a7. But this pawn. Okay, I think the same stuff, but just taking first on d5. Then knight b5. What is this? Didn't see this move. Maybe it's a good move. Didn't see it. I take here. He needs to take. Well, I mean, I have knight b5 also, so he needs to take with the queen, right? But if he takes with the queen, I have this move. Okay. Knight e5, bishop e5, I think is good for him. I take this one. a7 is hanging. I threaten knight b5. He doesn't care. Okay. I also can take on a7 with the knight now with check. I wonder if I take with the pawn, because the queen might be good here on a4 or on d4. He has a check here, okay, but then he needs to keep the queen here also. No, let's get here, because then the rook is not eyeing on my queen. So bishop h2, all right, I play king h1. He needs to move the queen to b8. I have a strong position. After queen b8, I just have bishop a7 maybe also. Taking the queen again. 4 minutes, so I took a lot of my time, but I think it was worth it. At the moment I'm pawn up, and I'm much better developed, so those two pieces don't play. His king is shaky. I mean, what does he want to do now? He needs to move either the queen, or he needs to play bishop h2. If he doesn't take on h2, I'm not only pawn up, I also have 2 pawns and a nice attack. So I think maybe he needs to take on h2. But then also his g3 is coming and the bishop is trapped, so it doesn't work. I think maybe it's simply lost. This queen c4 move. I take on d6, I play bishop c5. and take on e6. Maybe I have queen. I can take here. I can take on e6 and have queen f8 in some lines, maybe. That's an idea. This looks good. Let's say queen f8, queen b8. It doesn't matter if this is here, right? Take, take, queen f8, rook d8, well, this doesn't work for me. Okay, so, but in some cases I maybe even have bishop f4, which is really good on this diagonal, so I should get rid of this bishop here. And I will get rid of the bishop because it doesn't matter how. If he retreats the queen, I might take here. And if he takes here, play king h1, play g3, then this bishop is also cut off. I'll take on e6 first. Need to take back. I just wonder if it helps him, you know, to get the f-file, but I think it's better for me. My rooks are not playing, so after taking here I also have the d-file. That's also an option, you know. I take, play simply rook d1. He's too slow here. And then I penetrate on the d-file. He can play knight f6 though, so, and take back on d7 with the knight. Queen b8, knight a7, king d8, bishop b6 check. And again the d-file is open. And there's a mate on f8. That's maybe juicy. So then I need to take here. Okay. Queen b8. I have the check on a7. He rather needs to go to d8, right? Because no, you don't want to go to c7. So king d8. Then I take here. He takes back. And the bishop is avoiding a checkmate on f8. So then I play bishop b6, check, and after bishop c7 there's a checkmate, and if he goes to e8, what do I do then? I don't know if the knight is good on a7. Just for pawn, no. I think I rather prefer bishop a7, queen a8, then I take on d6, check, he needs to take back, bishop c5, always tempo, maybe I take free before on e6, okay, take, and then bishop c5, he needs to move the rook again, and the queen is on a8, and it looks totally lousy. I wonder if he's still around. Position is, it's very difficult for him. I hope it's not one of those players who just leave the board if they are in a worse position. I ask him if he's still there. Okay, queen c4. Right, so What about taking here and bishop c5? I want to get this bishop. Now I have a lot of choices. I can take here. I also threaten to take on g7 then. I just recognize. Isn't it over? Queen f4, f7. I'm threatening this with a check. But I also threaten to take here, which is much stronger. Take knight f6 and then I take. Queen g8. I win the knight. Isn't it just winning? I think after queen f7 he needs to go back, but then I win e6. Wow, it's all very, very good for me, I think. This is hanging, this is also hanging. I take here. I can also take on e6 later. I'm now 2 pawns up. Have the better position, have the better development. Still threatening a couple of pawns to take. This one on a7, the one on g7. Maybe I threaten bishop f4. Maybe even queen e8. I have rook d8, I have check here. But I also have check like with the pawn. Okay, my pieces are good despite those two. So I need an open file. So maybe I should just take on e6. And further develop. But the strongest threat now is simply to take on g7 and then on h8. And he doesn't have any kind of counterplay. It's all protected. My king is totally safe. So he needs to find a way to protect this rook on h8. So one possibility is rook to d8 and one to d7. But this, isn't it just like hanging everything? I can take on g7. This one is hanging. This one is hanging. I can take now also, but I don't want to. I just want to take here. And that's it. Queen h8 and queen h6. Here we go. So the only thing is he can threaten now on g2 a mate, all right. No way. Brilliant. Ah, okay, so I can't take. If I take, he has queen g4 and this is a perpetual, so I need to go back to here. And I'm just lucky that this is likely winning. Queen d5, I have f3. But come on, this was just, I totally overlooked this. And this shouldn't be the case in a 15-minute game. What a nice move. Nice trick. Yeah, but this is too slow. This is way too slow. He needed to play queen d5, and this was an option. But here I have queen f8. I take this one, and then queen f4. I think I can do whatever I want now. This is just winning. I have queen c5, just getting rid of any kind of counterplay. I mean, I'm a whole piece up and pawns, so I don't mind exchanging queens now. And he can't play king c7. I have a bishop f4 also. Do I? No, maybe he has a check here. The only thing I need to take care of is queen d5, so but I have f3 all the time. He needs to play king c7. If he plays rook d8, okay, king d7, is this an option? But I have a check here, and then I have rook d1. And I have queen f7 also. Okay, let's take here. I want to open up the d file. And maybe I'll just play queen f4. Now it's also not even a mate here. I need to play this one, right? To have f3. But f3, maybe I messed it up now. Because he has rook e3 after f3. That's so stupid. But I'm threatening also. Yeah, this was not good. I had such a good position. So what now? I'm still 2 pawns up, so exchange is helping me. Should I just play queen f8? And no, I just take here. Okay, rook g1, threatening a mate. Is this something I can do? Don't want to overlook something. Pawn on f3 is protected. Here's queen c3 maybe. An endgame with 1 pawn plus. Is this good enough? Okay, so here. I don't see the winning move. My king is also a little bit shaky, so Okay, let's just slowly push forward the pawns here. I had such a wonderful position, and what is this? This is also better for me, but it's not what I wanted, you know? I don't have any kind of time. Black has counterplay. This is really bad. I'm not happy with the outcome of this. Okay, but this is now again good for me, I guess, because the black squares are now really weak. I don't know how to improve my position. That's a problem. He plays rook g2 and then it's so bad. I don't know. I really don't know. Rook d2. I don't know if I really... Okay, I have queen g8 and... Okay, they didn't get this one, so let's try to untangle here a bit. But I have king h2. I think this was too passive. He could have... He had some counterplay with rook d2. But I had queen g8, queen g3 maybe. Here... Okay, let's hope for the end game with the extra pawn on the king side. It doesn't threaten anything. This is what I meant with the rook here on the second rank. I mean, now I'm pretty okay, I guess. Did I talk nonsense again? I think he also plays much better than his rating. That's strange. Let's push the pawn. Let's push the other pawn. I think this now is more or less a draw, and but he plays really strong sometimes. Not like a 1700. What is this? Where does he want to go to? I try to promote the H pawn. Need to take care about this also. What is going on? Come on, he sees all this. It's strange why it took so long that he moves the rook to this square, because it's obvious that he should play this one, you know. Hope not that he's some guy that is like using a computer. Normally you don't wait, you play queen d3 immediately. Yeah, why does it take so long? Yeah, I'm busted. What can I do? Something like this? It's losing. Queen f3 is just, isn't it? I don't know. Rook f3? Yeah, but he, of course, he finds the best move. Okay, I don't know. And if he takes now for longer time to find rook h1, it's ridiculous. Yeah, put it in the computer and wait. It's well done. And even the mate. Okay, some kind of cheater. I'm a little bit disappointed, but on the other hand, at the beginning he didn't play good. So, well, maybe he was just like a normal player. But you know, I lost now 60 points. Wow. Okay, means I need to practice more. Thanks for watching.